Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is where you're calling from. You're welcome to the Dream Team. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon. You're welcome to the Dream Team webinar. Today we have, it's an exciting day as always. We have an agenda fill.
You're not recording.
And we are going to be recording as well. For those that cannot go to YouTube, let me go and record and start the recording as well. So we are so in it to win it. This is a founders only meeting, but at least the first part of it, we think it will be beneficial for the populace. That's why we're going live. We have an agenda full item, but before we start, I just want to acknowledge all our team members that spoke earlier, and it wasn't recorded because it was our greeting time. And during greeting, we're so excited. It could look chaotic, but it is not. But we have a team of fantabulous greeters that make all of us feel welcome when we come to this platform. The team is not other than the brand ambassadors, Affect Chair, Mary Pending, Donald Williams, Antoine Nimbe, Mama Mani, Seferin. They're all doing a fantastic job. And the other team members, you see them throughout their program. You see the moderators, you see the updates and the onboarding team member throughout the program. However, we might not stream the second part of the program because we're going to show proprietary information. So you're so in it to win it. But before we start, we have our signature tune that we always play on this platform. And every day, the song is the same, but the video is different because we update it based on the update. And we're blessed with our brother, Dr. Derrick, who is such a guru of making these videos come to life. And you hear the beautiful voice from one of my sisters, Sister Lerato Shadare. We have an insider joke here. I think that's another dinner date, but that is okay. We are cool with that for now. I'm getting there. Now I'm not afraid to pay dinner because I know I'll be able to afford it. Without wasting your time, I'm going to hand you over to Dr. Derrick Clarke to start with the signature tune. Dr. Derrick, if you can increase the volume, please.
We are here, we are ONPASSIVE, shining bright into the future, we rise high, with one heart, and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one goal, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars.
ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, the future of internet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
In it to win it. ONPASSIVE, the future of the internet. Stand clear of the closing door, please. Before I continue, I have dropped the background of today's meeting in the chat. If anybody wants to pick that up and use it, it is in the chat. And now is the time that I'm going to hand you over to the team. My brand ambassador, the rest of this team, the great female leaders that we have on this team, there are a lot of them. They are the ones that make the meeting go smoothly in the background that you don't even know. So pass it over to you, team moderators, take it over.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sister Dr. P, thank you so much. Thanks to you for introducing everything for today. And thank you, Dr. Derrick, for the statistics that we just saw. My name is Debbie McCormick, calling in today from Guinea-Conakry. And on our team, we have Sister Irene Ikwede, Sister Bridget Kamsi, as well as Dr. Patience when she's available and able. But the most important thing I want to do before I continue is to introduce to you Sister Dr. Patience. She never introduces herself, and no one ever introduces her. Today, I have decided to give her tribute. This is the one woman who, regardless of what anybody says about her, regardless of what we think or anyone thinks of her, she's always available 24/7 to listen to you. Not only does she listen, but she listens and shares anything, any problem you have. She'll tell you, call me, write to me. This is my contact. She has been through ups and downs and turns and this and that in terms of where we are in ONPASSIVE. But guess what? Nothing deters her from helping brand ambassadors who need her support. It does not matter in what regard you need her support. She is a mom, she is a wife, she is an aunt, she is all of the above and those unmentioned, always available to support us, including me, by the way. So please, as we are in this forum, let's just understand that there are some things that I've not mentioned, but we are here because this lady is always there to make sure that this forum is running for us and that the right people share the right information from the back office to each and every one of us. Please, let us give her a hand of applause for all the support we receive from her, either in this forum or other forums. She's always there. Please, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you, sis, and we'll always continue to appreciate you. And from here, I want to introduce, you heard In It to Win It. The statistics there and every other doodle that was there was done by Dr. Derrick, and we could not but thank him for his countless hours that he spends not only in putting the updates of what is happening with ONPASSIVE on the music of our sister, but our backdrops. He also works on them for us, tirelessly adjusting them to reflect the latest updates of Dream Team within the ONPASSIVE ecosystem. Thank you so much, Dr. Derrick. We truly admire your tenacity. We admire the fact that you can use your free time to help us be where we are. The unicorns, you see them just facing each other. Thank you. We cannot thank you enough for that, but you know we appreciate you, right? And now coming to that in it to win it voice, I can see her sparkles smiling. My dear sister Lerato, she is that one voice. Any time of the day, in any webinar I go to, when I hear your voice, it's very uplifting, regardless of whatever the song is. We are so honored to have you with us as one of us, inspire us, and let us know how we can continue with our webinar for the day. I'm sorry I took so long. Over to you, sis, and keep smiling.
Sister Debbie, I'm the honored one to be among this beautiful people, this greatness. So I am very, very honored. Thank you so much for introducing Dr. Patience, introducing Dr. Derrick. It's good that people know that, you know, we have so much wealth among us and we cannot take it for granted. Everybody that is here, Sister Mangi, you, Sister Debbie, Sister Irene, everybody, it's so beautiful to be here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. We're still on mindset, right? And last week we were talking about your own beliefs. Who do you think you are? Because if you know yourself and if you know who you want to become, then you have to be very deliberate about the choices that you make in order to accomplish or to build that person that you want to be. So, and we were saying that, you know, your intentions have to be clear. Your intentions have to be clear. If you believe you're prosperous, then prosperity will be attracted to you, or prosperity will come now mingling with you, because everything is energy, right? You cannot attract what you're not, right? So, or you cannot bring in your life what you're not. So everything that you want in this life, you have to be in the same frequency as that. So today, I just want to talk to you also about what your beliefs about money and wealth and prosperity. What do you believe about money and prosperity? Because, you know, most of us come from religious backgrounds. Most of us come from you know, a certain mindset when it comes to our parents, because they struggled so much, and they would be talking about, oh, you think money grows on trees, or things like, oh, there's no money. You know, they'll be saying certain things affirming what has happened, because I always say that what you speak and what you think, you are, right? And everything that you speak, you are affirming it, so it becomes, right? And people think that they're disconnected from their speech, or they're disconnected from their thoughts, or they're disconnected by what they say, but it's not true, because words are very creative, and we are creative beings, right? We are co-creators. If the whole world was formed by a word, what more about your words? So you really have to watch what you say. We have to be very deliberate about what we speak into our lives or speak into the atmosphere, because everything is energy and everything hears. And when you say that, people are thinking that you're just being Lerato, but it's true. Everything is energy. The whole world was created. It's matter, and it's something that is alive. It's energy. So you cannot just speak and think that things are not listening to you. The air is not listening. Things are not responding to you. You know, when I was growing up, my mom loves flowers. She has a very green thumb, and she would speak to the flowers. She would speak to the water. She would speak to everything. So everything that you speak, our words create. So what are your beliefs about money? Right? We have to now start changing our mindset. If our mindset is negative towards money, we have to work on that, because there's no way wealth is going to sit with you and be comfortable with you if you don't, you know, you are not comfortable with it and you're speaking negative towards it, right? So your mindset and what you speak about money, things like money is the root of all evil. No, the love of money. You know, we have to start now being deliberate of what we say. Right? Things like, oh, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. I'm thinking, guys, you're going to be those rich men that you're talking about. Everything that is spoken, and if it's out of context, then anybody can say anything. We have to put everything in context. There's a reason the scripture is there, and there was a reason before it was said, right? So everything has to be in context. Right. So, and there's no way that we are here on this planet, and this planet is abundant, and there's a creator that created everything in abundance. And then us, all of a sudden, we have to be living in impoverished conditions and in poverty and sit in poverty and think that it's okay. It's not okay. So your mindset about money, your mindset about prosperity, now you have to change. You have to change what you think about money. You know, you'll be sitting with people and they'll be looking at somebody driving their whatever car that they drive, one of those expensive cars. Oh, you know, this rich people. And I'm thinking, if you're speaking negatively about people who have it, what about, how do you think you're going to have it? Because your attitude towards that is not good. So you can't speak negative about something and also want it for your life. It's not possible. All right. So that means you have to be very, very deliberate. Very, very, very deliberate about the words that you speak, what you release, what you say. I'm in, you know, I started also teaching my children to say, you don't say you can't afford something. You say, how do I afford it? How do I afford it? Because if you say you can't, you're already blocking the possibility of that thing coming into your life. You're already saying that it's not possible. So instead of saying I can't, you say, how do I? How do I afford this? How do I achieve this? How do I do this? So you start changing your speech. And because now you start changing your speech, everything starts, you know, shifting around your life, because words are alive and they are power, right? Words are alive and they are power. So everything that you say now, you have to start to be very deliberate. As we are working on the mindset of prosperity, it means everything about us has to change. Our speech has to change. Our thoughts about money, about wealth have to change, so that when we are in this money, in this wealth, it's not only money. Wealth is not only money, but it's just the energy that you have around you. The energy of abundance, everything around you will be an environment of growth and expansion, right? So everything around you, everything about you, how you think, how you speak has to change, right? Things that you said, oh, I kind of, you know, I can't do that. I can't change that completely. Now start reforming your words. Start reforming your words, right? So every limiting belief that you have about money, you're going to have to start changing it. Because when you walk into money, people, if your mentality is not changed, then you're going to start self-sabotaging. You know, you see people, Dr. Derrick spoke about that the last time, said that people who walk into money and they will sabotage. In 5 years, you will find that those people are just broke. Why? Because you cannot have something that you're speaking against, or that you don't have a positive attitude towards, or that you don't think good of, right? So start thinking like, I deserve wealth. I really deserve wealth. I cannot be in an abundant universe and I'm impoverished and in lack. Why? Why? Nature has everything in surplus to tell you that you deserve more. You deserve beautiful. You deserve good. So start saying that. If you need to change it, start saying, yes, I deserve to eat good food. I deserve to not, you go to a restaurant, you look for the cheapest item on the menu because now you can. No, you deserve. Who is supposed to afford those things on the menu if it's not you? Who are the people deserving of the most expensive things if it's not you? You deserve the best. So start thinking like that, start thinking, I deserve the best if I want something. I'm not talking about waste. I'm not talking about misusing things, but I'm talking about wanting something and actually having it. You want to eat the best food. You want to be in the best health. You want to live in the best home where it's comfortable for you. Why don't you deserve that? Why don't you deserve that? So start thinking like that, to say, I deserve the best. If I want something, I'm not going to look at the menu and now have a heart attack because now I can't eat certain things that are on that menu that is written for people, right? Not it's on the menu because it's written for the people that come there, and you're one of those people, right? So change your mindset on what you think about abundance and wealth. It is okay to be wealthy. It is okay to live in abundance. It is okay. You deserve it. So start everything that you speak from now on, that you think about wealth, that you think about now, has to correlate with that, so that the energy will match, so that you will match what you want. You will match that abundance and that prosperity, right? So please, this week, let's watch our words. Watch your words, watch your thoughts. If you go to the grocery store, don't say, oh, I don't know. I don't have. Okay, I'll buy it next time. What do I need to do to afford it? That's it. Speak differently. Start changing your speech. So that's what we're going to do. It's my homework also this week to say, I told you last week that My name is Lerato Shadare Prosperity. So everything about me, everything in my life prospers. Everything about me is prosperity. And everything that gets in my hands, everything in my life is prosperity, right? So if I go to a grocery store, I'm expecting prosperity, nothing less. So, and that's my attitude now. So I want you to think like that and watch your words and be very deliberate with your words and your intentions about yourself and about wealth. All right. Thank you so much for listening to me. In case you don't know it, I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Lerato Shadare Prosperity. For the last couple of weeks, we know that she added prosperity to her name, Lerato Shadare Prosperity. And we have a task. She has assigned us a task. Let's not forget, come next week, we're going to have a quiz and see who will remember the task that Sister Lerato Shadare Prosperity gave us today. I'm anxious to see that. I know we have some very good note takers in the house, so I'm not going to charge on anyone to be responsible for that, but anyone and everyone who has been listening. Thank you so much, sis. And I want to say at this stage, we're going to move on to the next group. And today, after Sister Lerato, we're supposed to have updates if we had any corporate webinar, but we did not have one last week. And that team, which is composed of who they know who they are, they're not going to give us any updates today because there weren't any from any corporate webinar. In view of that,
Sister Debbie, bring the update team up, please. They can update doesn't have to come only from corporate. Update could be where we are, so it's okay to bring them up.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Sister Dr. Queen B. At this stage, I'm going to call on our updates team so we can acknowledge them for all the great work they've been doing and also share with us anything, if at all, any. And even if there isn't any, please, the next team is the updates team. And after that, I will call on my, our co-moderators, Sister Bridget Kamsi, to be on the standby. Over to you, our updates team.
Peace, blessings, enough, whole heap, plenty, a lot of love to all our brand ambassadors on this wonderful Dream Team webinar. Just want to thank you all for all that you do. Everyone, all of us, from once you're on a webinar, you are doing something. That's how simple. That's how simple AshMufareh put it. From once you are just attending webinars, you are active. That's how simple it is. What other business, what other company can you be a part of? And that is the simple steps that we need to take. Just be there in the kitchen and participating and being actively involved in the process, because we don't understand that, you know, even though there was no corporate webinar last week, there was no corporate webinar, but one of the things that we need to remember is that we are beta testers. I know sometimes we get a little excited and we want to do more than what we are supposed to do. But remember, for right now, the only thing we are to be concentrating on is to ensure that we are migrated. That's it. Nothing else. Please, don't do anything else. Ensure that you are migrated. So every day, go into your ecosystem and ensure that everything look good in terms of migration. Don't try to make your main mailing service. Don't try to, don't try to do all that, because AshMufareh did not say that. The team did not say for us to to use OMail now as your main mailing service and ditch everything else and turn on. No, that wasn't the last communique. The last communique is that we are to migrate from our founders to the ecosystem. That's all we have to do. Very simple, very simple. Let us not try to complicate things and then complicate ourselves. If you want to fool around and mess around and look around, and that is fine and okay. Not saying that you're not to do that, not to go here and do this and try to see how the function of OMail and OTrim and ONet and all of these things. But don't try to especially with OMail, don't let OMail to be a main mailing service and you throw away Gmail already and no, we don't reach there yet. Don't reach there yet. We are still in the process. It's a process and we are still in that process. And so with that process, I just want to bring our minds to what ONPASSIVE is. What ONPASSIVE is. Because some of us really don't see ONPASSIVE as a unique company. And that's what ONPASSIVE is. ONPASSIVE is the most unique company on the planet. There is no other company that is even close to the uniqueness of ONPASSIVE. One of those uniqueness is that we started with co-founders. We transitioned into O-founders, and now we have transitioned into an ecosystem. No company on the planet has an ecosystem of products that one sign-in, one umbrella, communicate with each other. No other company does that. That is so unique. Every other company, you have to go there, do this and over here, and you go and you do so many different sign-in and logging in. Sometimes people head spin with the amount of logging in and signing in that persons has to do. ONPASSIVE, with the uniqueness of it, is where ONPASSIVE just need one sign-in, one login, and you have a peripheral of products and things inside that one ecosystem. Very unique, and only indigenous to ONPASSIVE. Other companies start in the basement, start in dorms, start in garages, start in the home offices, etc., etc. That is where most company starts, and then they gradually, and it take years. They take years to reach where ONPASSIVE reach in less than 5 years. They took years, but we didn't start in any basement. We didn't start in any garage or any college dorm. No, we started at the highest floor on the planet, floor 151. That's where we start. And we're not seeing the uniqueness of that. All we are focusing on is to complain that we're not getting any money. That's our focus. No, look at where this company is taking us and the uniqueness of this company thus far, because it is the only one of its kind. Look at Amazon. Amazon data center came about in 2006. 2006, Amazon had its first data center. But look when Amazon started. Amazon launched their company in 1994. We're talking about 12 years. 12 years before Amazon had a data center. Come on, people, we don't even start yet. We don't even start really to the public as yet. And we have 2 data centers already, working on the 3rd one. Come on. Let us look at Microsoft. Microsoft first data center was in 1989. But when did Microsoft started? When did Microsoft launch to the public, ready to go? In 1975. 1975, yes, that is 14 years ago, before they had the first data center. Let us look at Facebook. First data center, 2011. But Facebook started in 2004, 7 years before the first data center. Apple, first data center in 2010. Apple started in 1976. We are talking about 34 years. Oh my goodness, 34 years. Suppose that was ONPASSIVE. 34 years before we have our first data center. That was what Apple took. Let us understand the uniqueness of this company that we so grow to love and cherish. IBM never become a giant company until 1990, when they became a giant company. Not remembering that IBM started in 1911. 1911. My goodness, we're talking about 79 years before they became a giant company, a company that people love and respect and has grown in the way that it has been growing. Disney became a giant company in 1992. We're not remembering that Disney started in 1923. 1923. Oh my goodness, we're talking about 69 years before they became a revered giant in their industry. Let us look at Microsoft. Microsoft became a giant company in 1990. Most companies apparently became giants in the 1990s. But not remembering that Microsoft started in 1975. Right? So we're talking about 15 years. Come on. Years. Apple. 1990 again became a company, became a giant company. Apple started in 1976. We're talking about 14 years. Right? Netflix became a giant in 2007. Netflix started in 1997. So we're talking about roughly about 10 years. Yeah, 10 years for them to become a giant. So companies take a little while before they become giants in this business. Very unique. ONPASSIVE under 5 years. And we are already a giant in our industry. We have 1,429,728 founders, customers in ONPASSIVE. Let us deal with the founders first. No company on the planet has more than 4 founders. I don't know of any. I don't know of any company that has more than 4 founders. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 founders in its company. Never been done before. Very unique to ONPASSIVE. 1,429,728 founders in one company. And that is why the government is getting an AshMufareh, because that has never been done before. Why would you have so many founders in one company? That don't make no sense to the average mind. But because ONPASSIVE is so unique, very different, very different. We also have 1.4 million customers standing at the door right away. And including since after the World Cup football, FIFA 2022, the first 2 weeks of our promotion in the FIFA World Cup through Being Sport, we already had 102 million customers right there ready to go. Which company? And that is why a lot of companies go public. What do you mean by you go public? Because there's 2 types of company. Either you're a public company or you are a private company. So what is a public company? A public company is a company that trades on the stock market. That's it. Trade on the stock market. And that's what a lot of companies do. They trade on the stock market because they're bringing some money so that they can have some lucrative money to spend and build a business. And then based on that stock that you bought, after at least 4 years, you cannot touch that money. You cannot touch that money. In 1976, when Apple launched, you could buy the stock for $1,000 minimum, $1,000. If you want more, you buy more. But you couldn't touch that money until 1980. 4 years, you couldn't touch that $1,000. But after the 4 years, it was $430,000 US you got on your 1,000. So yes, it was very nice. The reward was 4 years later. We don't launch yet to the public. We don't start making any money. When we start to get commission, then we launch. Well, it's really not known as launch. It's live. The right verbiage is live to the world. When we go live to the world and start to make our commission, then that is when you start to put down numbers and figures. And how long will it take to get some good amount of money, etc., etc. Right? So we don't start doing that yet. And that is the uniqueness of ONPASSIVE. Let us recognize the uniqueness of ONPASSIVE and where we are today. With the World Cup, look at all these sponsors in Being Sports, including ONPASSIVE. Each one of us paying $150 million US. $150 million. That didn't come from founders. Because if you add up 97 times 1.4 million, you don't get nowhere, you don't get near 150. You maybe get 140 something, 130 something, thereabout, million. Yes. So there is no company on the planet that can compare with ONPASSIVE. Yes, we were in World Cup. The FIFA World Cup 2018 was 3.5 billion viewers. In the last World Cup in 2022 was actually 5.4 billion viewers. Very unique. ONPASSIVE was a part of that uniqueness. We talk about Dubai. Dubai in itself is also a very unique country. One of the uniqueness that ONPASSIVE gravitate to that uniqueness because, of course, ONPASSIVE is also a unique company, is, as I mentioned before, that they have the tallest building in the world with the tallest office in the world. And unfortunately, ONPASSIVE is the one that has the tallest office in the world on the tallest building in the world. That again is very, very unique. So you say to me, why is it that we never go to London? We never, I mean, London is a good place to use. Why we never focus on London? A lot of people go to London, etc. And there's a good, nice train station and straight train facility. Actually, that's where all of them, Rashid, Mohammed, and Rachel, they get their inspiration from London with their train system. But why didn't ONPASSIVE go to London or even go to New York? New York has another big, massive train system, especially with the Grand Central Station, you know, and named by the Rockefellers and all of that. So why we didn't go there? Because another uniqueness about Dubai, which ONPASSIVE gravitated to that uniqueness, being very unique, is that Dubai is one of the few countries that there's no tax. and I guess most brand ambassadors maybe migrate to Dubai if you don't want to pay taxes. That's the place to go. That's the uniqueness. And so ONPASSIVE gravitate to that also. Also, it is still a growing country, because if we remember, you know, this is how Dubai looked just 50 years ago. Just 50 years ago. And most of the development was in the past 20 years. Most of the development is in the past 20 years. And so, of course, ONPASSIVE looks to that uniqueness, especially with the ONPASSIVE Station 29 in Dubai, where ONPASSIVE uniquely has put their stamp right there on that station, where they have that unique station that connects the seven Emirates all across the UAE, and so that is where we have the largest wrap of which you saw in the song that was actually done. And as a result, it looks like this. The largest wrap in Dubai. Very unique. A very, very unique process that we have encountered. We can speak and speak for much longer, but the main uniqueness that I want to speak of ONPASSIVE is the uniqueness of correcting the corruption. That's the main uniqueness. This is the only company on the planet, in this solar system or in the universe, the only company with a heart and a love for humanity. And so therefore, when we look at the answer to help the weeping children, that is without food, clothing, shoes, and even clean drinking water in this 21st century. Can you imagine people without drinking water? Clean? Yes, people is without clean drinking water in the 21st century. And the only company that is really, not to take pictures and big up themselves, but really have the heart as a company, not as individuals. We know that there are individuals out there that, yes, you know, what have you. But as a company This is the only company that is fully humanitarian. Very unique. That also have the answer and the uniqueness to the homeless mothers, fathers, children in the world, and the homeless at large that feel so depressed and wondering if they will ever be able to rise up out of their present condition. Very unique. And that is due to this gentleman, this man. Enough honor to Ash family and the tech team that is in ONPASSIVE. Because with all the history, especially in 2022, that we have accomplished, the unique history, I should say, artificial intelligence, or owning the naming rights to a train station in Dubai, having the tallest office in the tallest building in the world, the only company that has an ecosystem that everything will communicate with each other and runs on artificial intelligence, having massive promotions and massive marketing campaigns, never been done before, and debt-free. Oh my goodness, especially debt-free. A company never start debt-free. There's no company, because people always borrow in order to build a company. And so this company is the most unique company on the planet. And we thank you, AshMufareh family and tech team, and all our brand ambassadors. We thank you.
Wow, Dr. Derrick Clarke. If anyone was ever at all doubting anything about ONPASSIVE, you've got it all in a nutshell from this particular segment. And Sister Melanie, welcome. I see you're nodding your head, and I know you're joining us for the first time. I'm sure you and several others have learned quite a lot. We have so many gems in this platform, and he is the creme de la creme. Thank you very much, Dr. Derrick. We truly appreciate you. And at this stage, I'm going to call on Sister Bridget Kamsi, if she's in the house.
Yes, I'm here, Sister Debbie. Unfortunately, I apologize. My video is not going to be on today. I'm not sure what's going on, but at least I have the nice picture, so.
Not a problem. I wanted to pass the baton over to you, but I understand. Don't worry about it. All is well. I will pass it over to Sister Dr. Patience, whose hand is up, before we proceed. Sis, over to you.
Oh, thank you. Wow. The two speakers. What a presentation today. I just wanted to wrap up the live section because we're going to go to product training. I think that is proprietary. So I just wanted to wrap up. For 1 or 2 people are watching us on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today. We're so in it to win it. I can't go and reiterate what you guys have said. I'm telling you, every day you come to this, to webinars, people just blow your mind open. Thank you, Sister Lerato, for blowing our minds. Thank you, Dr. Derrick, for the wonderful statistics today. Now we know we are in a good place, and we should all stop asking, are we launched yet? Are we launched yet? When are we going to have money? Because it is coming. The D-Day is imminent. It's round the corner. And we thank God for the dedicated team we have that is working on our behalf so we can live our dreams. And why you are on the Dream Team platform, because we want to live our dreams. We all have a lot of dreams, and we can dream again because Mr. AshMufareh has given us the opportunity. So thank you. We're going to stop the live streaming now, and we'll continue the recording for the next part of the program. Thanks.